Okay, ladies and gents, I've been invited to shoot a wedding at a rather spectacular location. So here's a little bit of a guide on how I use my equipment and how I shoot weddings. Here we go. Okay, so here's the kit. We've got a decent tripod with a decent head on it. That's a Manfrotto head, and it's a slick tripod. There's a Canon, I think it's a D60 or something along those lines, 60D. Sorry, I used to shoot Nikon. This is probably my favourite lens. Oh yeah, where is it? Yeah, there it is. A 1.4 f1.4 50mm prime. Over here we have some a lithium-ion flash lamp by Godox, and a radio trigger for it. Always very, very useful. Little GoPro style thing, E4K, couple of bags, and the idea basically is you put the stuff that you're going to use in one bag and the stuff that you're less likely to use in another bag. So I think we should probably go through camera setup real quick and just show you how I like to shoot and how I like to have my camera set up. Yeah, and of course I forgot to mention I've cleaned all the lenses, optics, and I've made sure that all of the batteries are charged for the camera, and spare batteries are included. And if there's any little AA batteries or anything like that in place, which there are for the radio trigger, I've made sure I put fresh ones in, and I've got some spare fresh batteries kicking around for that too. So yeah, and normally I would take another camera with me as well, but we should be just fine with this one. Okay, let's just turn the camera on real quick. So I like to make sure that I keep my ISO down at either 400 or below if I possibly can. Maybe you need to increase that later in the evening, but if you have that set too high, you'll get grainy pictures. Obviously later we'll be using a flash, so we'll want to make sure that we don't go above about 250 with our shutter speed, otherwise the flash won't sync properly. So most of my everything's set on manual, so you can see here manual. And basically by rotating this dial you can balance. There's the shutter speed going up and down. Pressing this button, it's called all done one-handed, you can see there the f-stop, the aperture changing as well. So that's generally how I tend to shoot. Yeah, that's the bad boy all ready to go, all set up. So I'll do a couple of test fires in a second, make sure everything looks sensible. And then I guess we'll probably hop in the car and head down to the wedding venue. It's a beautiful venue, I will say. All right, enjoy. And notwithstanding, here's last night's kebab, from which I shall make an omelette of the leftovers this morning for breakfast. Fantastic. All right, got a little enthusiastic with the amount of milk that I put in the egg mixture for my omelette, so ended up with scrambled egg and kebab. Top tip, don't drink too much coffee because it makes your hand shake. So this is the place. Let's see if we can get some footage on the drive in. Tortworth Court and Tortworth Court Hotel. I think it's run by De Vere now. Very nice establishment, very pretty gardens, and this is where we're going to shoot Dawn and Peter's wedding. All right, so get used to the venue, scope out the grounds, have a look for nice places to take nice photos. Somewhere where you can take a crowd of people and somewhere where you can take a couple. Don't forget, you can switch between manual mode and TTL mode on your flash, Keep it in TTL mode as standard, but later on for special effects you might want to use manual mode. Just found a lovely little tunnel over here, and TTL was just blowing it all out, just washing the whole thing in light. So I wanted to dial it back, switch the flash into manual mode. The other thing, don't forget about aperture. Be careful. I've currently set mine at 2.8, and that might be a little bit low because I might find that there's some things out of focus that I want in focus. It's easy to take things that are in focus and make them go out of focus post-process. It's much harder to do it the other way around. And don't forget to take a moment to refresh yourself. Don't get drunk. Remember, you've still got lots of shooting to do at 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the evening, golden hour, when the sun's just starting to go down. Woof! So one thing to watch out for is making sure that you're actually shooting the right wedding. There was a moment just now where I was setting up outside, thought, yeah, okay, excellent. This is starting a bit early. Yeah, it's the wrong wedding. Alright, and there we have it. So we've got 4 sources of media. We've got 64 gig high-speed card that was in the Canon camera. We've got the Yi 4K, which has got 32 gig card in it. We've got a little poopy creative thing which I handed around and asked people to just take little videos, tell me stories and jokes. And now all the hard work starts. We get on Lightroom and we start doing all of the post-processing. I absolutely adore Adobe Lightroom, but this time around we're going to give Raw Therapy a go. This is 5.2. We'll give it a go and we'll see how we do. It's license-free GNU software, so you don't have to put your hand in your pocket for it. Let's see how we do. So just a final comment, when somebody says to you, can you shoot my wedding, and it's setting up, okay, it doesn't take too long, but it's certainly an hour or 2 of your time, getting everything sorted and charged and ready to go. There's the day itself, getting there early, scoping things out and probably staying there late. And then there's the next day, which is a day worth of post-processing and all of that kind of madness, and maybe album production and perhaps even ordering prints and stuff like that. So, you know, pay your photographer really well. I mean, they're worth it. If they're good, they're worth it. It's just stressful and crowd control, and you're sweating all day long. You're running around like a blue ass. But anyway, this one's done and the pictures are looking really good, really happy. Very happy for the couple couple that have got married. And there we go. Let's throw a few of those pictures out so you can see what we came up with. We got some very creative work done, which is fantastic. Cheers, guys and girls. Hope this has been useful. And as always, don't forget, rate, comment, more importantly, subscribe for more videos.